for the super fight. This is the one they've been waiting for. The super fight of the night. Leonardo Castello Branco against Igor Vovchanchyn. Wow, this is another tough fight. This is the big one that they've been waiting for. Vovchanchyn, the Russian champion, absolute fighting champion, super fight. He comes in here with a brilliant record. He's one of the few guys who've been able to hold off the backlash of the Brazilian fighters. We'll look at Castello Branco.
Leo Castello Branco coming into the ring, and again, Fabio Gougeot, you couldn't ask for a better man in your corner, and he will take with him vast experience into the ring. Again, Igor Vovchanchyn is a guy that we don't know a lot about. He's had some great recent successes, but they say this is maybe the next superstar in the sport.
Yeah, he's done extremely well, but before he comes in, a little bit about Castello Branco. You can look at him, and you'll see his styles are very much like the person he's going to be fighting, very much like Roberto Traven. His skills are almost identical. He's built very similar, and you can expect the same thing. On the other hand, the guy you're bringing up, Igor Vovchanchyn, the rough and tough Russian fighter, comes in here. Him, you can see he's put on some weight since we last saw him fight. Again, they don't have the benefits of like the American fighters to take the steroids and eat the great foods to put on size that way. Unfortunately, they put on weight by a lot of fat, just breads and cereals and pastas, but a lot of sugar.
We've had some interesting meals here, haven't we?
Yeah, they've got a whole different diet. A ton of meat. A ton of meat. That's what this guy eats, so much of meat. And there's a lot of fat in meat, as we know, but he says it only has made him stronger. The one thing where he may have had a little bit of difficulty with opponents in the past was his strength. But he's a very strong guy, coming here only at 5 feet 10 inches tall. This should be an amazing fight. Both guys very confident. Jiu-jitsu, a ground fighter in the Brazilian against the striking of the Russian.
And Branco in the white, Igor in the black. Both men come out hands high.
You'll see the Russian stalk with that left hand. He kind of just teases with that left hand. I've seen him do this before. You charge in and he hits you with a big right. So Castello Branco going to be very careful. Oh, and Igor missing with a big right hand.
Branco takes him down. A great sweep with the foot, knocks his opponent down. Branco on top of Igor Vovchanchyn.
Right where the Brazilian wants to be, controlling his opponent from the ground.
They're going to try and soften him up in the ribcage area. We've seen it so many times before. To bring the Russian's hands down and then work an attack to the head and the shoulder area, the jaw. Right now, though, the Brazilian is right exactly where he wants to be, Greg. I'm Gary Cruz along with Greg Friedman here in Moscow. This is our super fight of the Absolute Fighting Championship #2. IAFC 2.
Yeah, and you'll see what's going on there is that Igor will trap the leg of Branco. Branco on the top in the white. He will try and slip his leg out and move to the side mount or to the full mount position from there, usually to the side and then to the full. But Igor, fighting a lot of Brazilian fighters, knows how to control his opponent from the bottom. You'll see he'll wrap those legs tightly around the leg. Does not want to give up that leg.
Very interesting, too, the way he got into this position. I'm talking about Branco. A huge right hand misses. He dives under it, takes him down that way, which is a classic jiu-jitsu move. And now,
Vovchanchyn rolling to his back, not wanting to give up the neck. We saw a lot of Russian fighters do this earlier. This is perfect position for Castello Branco.
He's going to try and lock in that arm under the neck. That Russian's got a huge neck.
Yeah, he does. I've never seen him choked out this way, but as we saw, it happened earlier to Traven's opponents. This is just where Branco wants to be. He's got those legs wrapped in and around the hips and the legs of Igor. Igor in big trouble.
Oh, a back headbutt. I haven't seen that before. That's a great move.
And now Igor using his strength to pull the arm away, the right arm of Branco away, because he was in big trouble there. He had the arm around the neck of Igor.
And now he tries to get it back in. He's got it back in, but Igor doing a good job with the other hand, not allowing Branco to lock in that submission hold.
Yeah, he'll try and, as you see, as Branco tries to slip that arm in, Igor pulling away and also keeping the chin down. If you keep the chin down against your chest, this is Igor keeping the chin against his own chest, the guy is unable to choke you. Branco will try and lift up the head of Igor so he can slip his left arm up and under the neck, up and under the chin of Igor.
Right, Vovchanchyn again.
You'll see Branco trying to pull the head up with the right hand. Look at this, right hands by Igor from the top. He's got a big right hand, does Igor. He's a very powerful puncher. In fact, definitely our most powerful puncher here tonight.
That reminded me of one of the noogies the Three Stooges give each other, you know, that popping shot from the back. There, now he's locked in the right arm.
Oh, he's getting it dug.
Oh, great strength move by the Russian to pull the arm away. Igor Vovchanchyn, boy, has shown incredible strength, but he's not out of the woods yet.
No, he's definitely not. Branco very comfortable in this position. As we said, he trains with Roberto Travin and Fabio Gurgio. This is exactly where he wants to be, on the back, possibly the best position for a jiu-jitsu fighter. In fact, there's no question in my mind. This is exactly where he wants to be. We saw how easy it was for Roberto Travin once he got to the back. Again, Branco fighting the Russian champion here, not that easy.
Branco's got to get him laid out a little bit more, you know. He needs to really pull him towards him and arch that back so he can lock in that arm under the neck. But right now they're Russian with two tremendous headbutts. That makes Branco pull him right back close to him. Another headbutt, a beautiful one, right on the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody fight from their back like Igor Vovchanchyn is. You can see he keeps the hips raised. He's trying to fight for balance and control to try and roll out of it in some sort of way. If he gives up the hips, if he lets those hips down, Roberto will even dig it in deeper.
Well, he's really trying to dig in that chokehold. But the Russian is just tremendous strength as he continues to very effectively use the headbutt as this crowd gets to their feet.
He rolls out of it. How is he? Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness, what a
rolling to the side.
Huge right hand.
Roberto, oh man.
That was a great, incredibly quick move to reverse that.
For that to happen against Castello Branco, he has been studying, let me tell you. Nice headbutts by Vovchanchyn.
Vovchanchyn now seems to be in control at this point. As the Brazilian was stunned by the reversal.
Yeah, I don't know how he was able to do that against Castello Branco. Clearly experienced, knowing where he wanted to be. Now some big punches. This is where Igor wants to be. And a nice reversal by the Brazilian. He knows all these techniques. He was able to use his skills to slip out of there. Now big left hands by Branco. Back in the top position where he wants to be.
Good left hand, a short chopping left by Vovchanchyn.
Vovchanchyn, the experienced kickboxing champion, a great chin. I don't see him being finished by a punch. It's going to be from an armbar or a chokehold, and he was able to weather the storm from Branco early on.
Well, he continues to really land some nice shots, too, from that
elbows
position underneath, yeah.
Nice elbows from the bottom, a great position.
The Brazilian trying to get up and tries a full frontal assault there with lefts and rights, but I only saw one really land.
Yeah, what he tried to sit up so he could get some striking distance, but he doesn't want to exchange with Vovchanchyn. I'll tell you that right now.
Boy, the very pro Vovchanchyn crowd chanting his name.
Vovchanchyn continues to strike from the bottom. Both fighters will strike. Again, Branco wanting to use finishing holds. Vovchanchyn, the better striker. Look at that. Side arms to the kidneys and to the ribs of Branco.
You know what? Igor just doesn't give you a chance to regroup. I mean, he can, even on the bottom, he continues to try everything.
Relentless assault.
That
That was a very basic, very typical jiu-jitsu move throw. The legs up and over. Now he's in the mounted position. Very nice techniques. That was basic, strong, practiced jiu-jitsu skills. With the up, roll, up and under the leg, to the side mount, quickly to the mount position, and striking.
Branco now comes up and lands a couple of nice lefts and rights. Igor throwing some chopping blows to the ear and the side of the face of Branco. Right hand right there.
Really being able to fight his fight, Branco, thus far. Unfortunately, Igor, with such a great heart and such a great champion, that he does everything to mess you up. He'll strike when you don't expect to be strike. When you stand up to punch like this,
he just counters and he throws.
Branco getting the best of these now, though.
Oh, he sure is, and he turns his opponent over. Oh, he slips out of it.
Nice move by Vovchanchyn.
Vovchanchyn now standing over his opponent.
Oh, nice.
Hits him in the leg. Hits him in the shin. You know that hurts.
This guy is a heavy hitter.
Oh, nice heel kick. Just misses, though.
Branco got to be terribly frustrated thus far with this Russian. He did everything he wanted to do except finish him. Fought all his skills perfectly, was able to strike, was able to get in a choke position, armbar position, but unable to finish this tough Russian fighter.
Boy, a classic escape, too, by Vovchanchyn. He just somehow slipped out of it like that quick.
This fight, everything they said it would be.
Wow. I am duly impressed with Igor Vovchanchyn. I'm very impressed with Branco, Leo Castello Branco from Brazil. Both men true warriors in this sport.
Yeah, really a very well-balanced, well-skilled fight thus far. Both fighters really fighting their fight.
Boy, Federico Lapenda really picked a doozy when he put these two together.
Yeah, super fights tend to, sometimes people have mismatched them. They think two great champions, but there's a clash of styles and they end up being boring. This one, pure striker versus pure jiu-jitsu master. And you can see what
I was going to say, what is Leo doing right now? Is he trying to reel him in?
Well, I think he's getting a little frustrated at this point. He wants to definitely reel him in. He wants to close the distance. I don't think he really wants to stand up to feel that power of Vovchanchyn.
Those rights and lefts to the leg and the knees, they've got to hurt.
Oh, yeah. He hopes that Vovchanchyn will lean in, make a mistake possibly. He can kick him to the face, as we've seen happen before. He'll try and mess up those legs with some low leg kicks. Vovchanchyn does lean in, too. He's a heavy kicker and a heavy puncher.
He's one of the very first that I've seen actually attack the legs with strikes.
Yeah.
With strikes with his fist.
Yeah, his hands and his legs are just iron. He'll try and continue to frustrate Branco. He doesn't want to get in there and do something stupid.
Well, Branco gets up and now tries a double leg takedown. Not going to work. Vovchanchyn gets a little distance, throws the right hand, and now Igor gets on top.
Nice takedown. No, Branco did a beautiful move there, though. He stood up, he weathered the storm again, didn't take any big shots, and gets back into the position where he needs to be.
The crowd a little frustrated as their favorite here is
definitely Vovchanchyn, the Russian. Again, you see Branco using his jiu-jitsu skills. He gets up under as soon as he's got his opponent on his back. He throws the legs up and over. This is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 101. You come in, you throw the guy's legs over, you move to the side, and quickly to the mounted position.
Man, he just continues to throw blows. Boy, the tension in this crowd, you can feel it.
You see some ex-Russian champions here. A lot of big Russian fans here, really loving the action here.
Nice escape by Vovchanchyn as we go back to this cat and mouse game. Brazilian is on the bottom and the Russian is attacking, striking with the lefts and rights to the legs.
Yeah, Branco doing everything he wants to do except be able to finish this guy, now ending up back on his back again, not with the Russian close, not a comfortable position for him.
Oh, nice strike.
Oh, right on the knee.
I can't tell you the knot. That's going to, you know, I don't know, one of the comedians said, oh, that's going to make
Oh, right nice.
What a kick.
A right roundhouse followed up by a right hand by Vovchanchyn. That's how he wants to close the distance. That's how he wants to do it. He'll try and dig that. He's got the choke in. Now you'll see Branco move the head to the side. He doesn't want to give up that Adam's apple. It's a choke to the side. I don't think that's enough to do anything to Castello Branco.
Boy, could you feel that kick from here?
It was a beautiful kick. He followed it up. That's how you close the distance against a jiu-jitsu fighter. Branco able to slip out of it. This is his game. He knows how to avoid the wrestling game, how to avoid the arm bars, how to avoid the close-in contact.
All right, both fighters now taking a little bit of a blow here.
Nice shot by Igor. He'll want to hit. This is where he needs to strike. But again, if he gives up, when you go to strike, you give up your balance. And that's what Branco is hoping for. And then you can pull your opponent to the ground. You can see Igor again, like we saw in the earlier Russian fighters. They've watched their jiu-jitsu fighters. They keep their buttocks out and not enabling the Brazilian fighter to get his arms fully around the mid-back, mid to lower back, and pulling the guy down to the ground.
Well, this AFC 2 super fight was billed as potentially a tremendous fight, and it has lived up to that billing here in Moscow.
Yeah, clearly one of the great fights we've seen, possibly ever. These guys, especially, we know their backgrounds. This isn't just, oh, Branco almost taking some big shots there. Took a couple decent ones by Igor. Both guys still showing a lot of pressure, a lot of striking. These guys have to be getting tighter now. More than halfway through the fight now.
Both are sweating profusely. Thus, you saw Branco slip off the body of Vovchanchyn.
Yeah, this does not favor Branco because he needs the control of the body. And when you're slippery, it's hard to sink in those chokes, sink in those arm bars.
Igor just kind of taking a break here. Both fighters taking a little break. Not much action. Actually, there's a lot of plotting going on right now.
Yeah, Igor continuing to strike. He looks the fresher of the two. Both guys looking to their corners for some help here. Both guys really throwing everything that they've got.
And you see Vovchanchyn's corner just coming up screaming at him.
Yeah, telling him they want him to continue striking. They want him to wear down his opponent. Oh, big left hand to the body.
Nice shot.
As we said, he is one of the biggest strikers we've ever seen. They call him the Mike Tyson of this style of fighting. He's a big stand-up fighter. He leads with a soft left, unless he's fighting a kickboxer, and expects to hit him with the big overhand right.
They really hurt those. Oh, misses the right hand. The Brazilian is down, but he just fell down. He wasn't hit. Had he hit him, he might have knocked him into Kiev.
Yeah, Castello Branco getting a little frustrated at this point with his fighter, really giving it everything that he's got. Again, Igor really not able to do his game, which is knock out his opponent earlier. Also, really an evenly matched fight thus far. Branco now getting back up on his feet.
Very slowly. He is very, very tired, breathing heavily from his mouth. Boy, you're right. Igor Vovchanchyn looks so much more fresh.
Yeah, he's a puncher. This is where he wants to be. He wants to stand on his feet. He'll try and stalk him, set him up with that left, with a big overhand right.
I noticed one thing about Igor, too. His expression seldom changes.
Yeah, he's very consistent, very steady in the ring. A real nice guy, too. What a great personality. Big left hand.
Man, he came up with a right, too. Jeez, that was a nice shot. He just throws his man around.
I think Branco took a big knee. He took a big knee when he took that shot in, right on the shoulder. They're taking a look at that shoulder. Branco was hurt.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, he didn't catch it on the face, luckily, but he took it on the shoulder, it appears. We'll see what he can do from here.
Any kind of an injury is tough, but his shoulder is vital, especially he just took another knee right there when he went in to shoot on Branco. He took a knee to the face.
Yeah.
Boy, good right hands to the back of the head.
Igor trying to time those perfectly and doing a phenomenal job, because Branco, as you can see, his shoots are a little bit tiresome. He's not quite getting that great shoot that he did early on. However, look at the result. He's back in the top position. Igor will try and keep that leg tight. You'll see he finally learned. He did it early on, and then he kind of got a little sloppy, allowing Branco to get in that top position. He He does not want to let Branco get in that top position. Both fighters resting at this point. Both fighters completely exhausted. Fabio Gurgel talking in Portuguese to his fighter.
Yes, he is. And what is he saying?
He is telling him, he's trying to get him to get back to his basic jiu-jitsu, which would be try to fight that leg out and get to that mounted position. However, Branco continuously frustrated, unable, really getting to his positions where he can finish, but unable to finish. Igor just such a tough fighter.
Igor now slips out of it.
Tries to go to the back. As we saw early on,
gets kicked in the side of the head, but it doesn't stop him at all. As he continues to press on, press forward.
Igor now willing to come to the ground, finally realizing that I don't think this guy can finish me on the ground. He was willing to go down there as long as he goes down on top. You see Branco try and slip that right leg between the legs. Oh, nice knee.
Nice knee to the
by
ribs.
Igor.
Igor Vovchanchyn with a great knee to the ribs. That will get your attention. Another knee to the midsection. And I noticed when a Russian holds onto the fence, the referee doesn't break his hand from it.
Yes, it seems to be okay.
Oh, a good right hand. I'll tell you, Branco is very, very tired. Looks like he's trying to survive.
Yeah, what's amazing here is that you can see what the best jiu-jitsu fighters in the world are able to do, and that's still control their opponent. He's so tired he can't put on a strong onslaught like he did earlier, but still at will able to get Igor on his back. He's able to get to that side mount, the full mount, maybe even a half guard, with that being when Igor's got his leg wrapped around.
Igor's working him over with lefts to the head. Look at that. I counted 9 unanswered blows.
Yeah, again, that's not Branco's fight. His fight is to get this guy in an armbar, a choke, that type of style. You'll see the Russian fans really into it, loving the strikes from their Russian fighter, because that's what they enjoy, and they know he doesn't have a... Oh, big left hands. A flurry.
Here they go with a headbutt to finish it off, that last flurry. Greg, you just said several lefts, several rights, and a headbutt as Igor Vovchanchyn is on top one more time as he... Referee is letting him in.
I think that is the time. I think they are going to stop it. I think we've got an overtime match, though. I believe, I'm not sure if it's a 3 or 5 minute overtime they'll be doing, but that was the end of the fight.
And that was a 20-minute time limit.
Unbelievable, strong, continuous action by both fighters. Castello, Branco, utterly exhausted. Igor looking like the fresher of the two. Cannot believe the strength of this Russian fighter.
Big, deep breaths. And you can see how his face is starting to break up, too, from the onslaught of all those blows he's taken.
Yeah, he took a lot of big shots. I'm surprised not to see more blood. Castello Branco, a very, very tough fighter. The heart of a champion. Fabio Gurgel, as we said earlier, trains his guys not to give up. Castello Branco fighting with everything that he's got.
And we're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen, here in Moscow in our super fight of this AFC Championship number 2. Leo Castello Branco in the white trunks. You're looking at him right now against the favored Russian, Igor Vovchanchyn. And the reason I say he's a favorite because we're in Moscow and I'm not going to say anything different.
Yeah, he has put on a great display of just pure toughness here tonight. You can see Branco shoot and misses.
That looks like a tired fighter, didn't it?
Well, you know what happens is when you get late into the rounds like this, we've seen it happen before, that shoot just does not full power, and against someone like Vovchanchyn, it better be right on its game or you're in big trouble.
Igor actually looked like a bullfighter there.
Just pushing his opponent away.
Yep. As he whiffs.
Castello Branco will continue to work those low legs, try and possibly get an injury on one of the legs. against the opponent, Igor Vovchanchyn. Vovchanchyn not really wanting to go to the ground. He can strike good from here. He doesn't mind throwing those powerful kicks. He's just racking up points at this position.
Matter of fact, I think his best blow of the fight was that round kick to the head, in my opinion.
Yeah, when he charged in, it was a beautiful move.
From this exact position.
Igor backing off, letting Castello Branco raise up. This is really where Igor can get some power. You can't get the power when you're lying on the ground like you can when you're standing up. You'll see he teases out that left hand. One big right hand is what Igor is looking for to finish this fight. He knows he can do it. He's done it to opponent after opponent. That is the right hand of Igor Vovchanchyn. Stalking his opponent. He'll look for the overhand right. Lead left, overhand right.
If it comes true as he continues to stalk Leo Castello Branco.
Branco thus far able to avoid any big shots. He's taking some shots from the ground. You'll see him go for the sprawl as Branco tries to go to get those arms around the waist of Igor.
So he's trying to attempt to maybe lock in a guillotine choke.
Yeah, I don't think he has enough strength in himself, Igor. And against Branco, you're just not going to finish a jiu-jitsu fighter in a choke like that.
Yeah. I totally agree with you, Greg Friedman. Maybe the first time this year.
These guys have definitely watched the tapes on each other.
Again, a very tired shoot by Branco, and he's really favoring that shoulder.
Yeah, that left shoulder is really hurting him. I think what happened is we saw it earlier when he shot in, he took a big knee. Igor's got very powerful knees. He practices with the knees and the elbows. And definitely Castello Branco took a big shot in there. We haven't seen him do anything with that left hand for a while now.
He's very distressed now with that shoulder. He continues to, even though he's in immense pain, and every time he moves on that shoulder, he winces. This man refuses to quit.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a teaser either. A lot of these guys will see they'll try and tease off and try and pull their opponent, thinking there's an injury, and then him with a big left hand or something. I think he knows already he's not going to beat Igor by striking him. It's going to have to be by an armbar. Look at the power behind those legs. This late in the fight to be getting that much on your kicks.
That amazes me. Absolutely amazes me. That's the very first thing I noticed, as you did simultaneously, the power in those kicks from Igor Vovchanchyn.
And he doesn't kick with those feet. He's kicking with those upper below the knee, and there's so much power in that area.
We've got a little time here.
We'll look at it again. The attempted takedown by Castello Branco. Pretty much, actually, he was able to succeed on that one. But Igor keeping the legs in. Again, he's in the top position, striking, nice left hands by Castello Branco. Not enough against Igor, though.
Always an answer, though, from Igor. Always an answer.
Always.
And you see it right there. And early in this fight, for the first 10 minutes, Branco, when he was still fresh, would look very impressive, as he does right here. This is earlier action in this fight. But again, you always see the hands and the arms and the fists of Igor Branco, too. Both fighters' hands are up in the air.
And there it goes. It's a draw, people. It was a draw, and what a great fight that was. You can bet this rematch.